I have my uncle, my dad's brother, was a professional musician. He played accordion and keyboard instruments and played professionally. They lived in Florida when I was born, so they were remote. But I was always sort of fascinated by what he did and the fact that he made his living playing music. And his kids played music. My cousin played keyboards and bass as well. Played Hammond B3 organ and bass. So I always thought that was pretty.
When did you first become aware of the bass?
Another uncle on the other side. My mom's brother-in-law had an old Norma Beatle bass copy.
Okay.
Hollow body bass. And me and my brother were getting interested in music, listening to the radio and buying records at the time and wanting to play guitars. And we ended up with this bass that my uncle wasn't using anymore. So that was probably technically my first bass. It was given to me and my brother.
Did you study formally? Did you take lessons, or?
When I started playing in the neighborhood growing up, it was really hanging out with other guys that played guitar. I got roped into, my buddy Brian Burt had an old Telecaster bass, and he had bought an electric guitar and wanted to start playing it. So I would go over to his house and I would sit down with the bass, which was very foreign to me, and I really had no training on it. And I would look at his left hand and just kind of imitate what he was playing bar chords, and I would put my finger, in the corresponding, and that's how I learned to play bass, really. And I still, even though I've developed, somewhat since then, maybe not much, depending on who you ask, but I still rely on that technique, because it's like if I get lost, the thing's going on and you're not sure what's happening. My instinct is to always look at the left hand of the guitar player and pray that he's playing a bar chord or open chords, because I can read the left hands.
And I'm sure you're good at looking at someone's thumb from the back. So, right?
Yes.
That's another skill you have to develop.
Yeah.
Tell me about the first bands you played in.
Growing up in central New York, high school, junior high school and high school, Liverpool, New York, suburb of Syracuse.
Oh, okay.
And playing bass at my buddy Brian's house, watching him play the guitar and thumping along. And then some guys from school, I just joined a band with them, and we started playing cover tunes. And the same thing, the guitar player would learn the songs off. Back then there was no CDs or digital scrubbing. You had to put a record on and listen to it all the way through. So I have to be honest, I didn't develop that skill. I just would learn the song from the guitar player, whatever songs he wanted to play. We were playing REO Speedwagon and Eddie Money. It was the late '70s and into the early '80s, of course, and just chasing the guitar player's left hand around and figuring out what the drums were doing, and that was sort of my education.